What the hell? Did you guys hear Infamous's turn to pick and then Night Stalker? That was weird. I don't know what happened because that was definitely DC.SA's pick. But guys, welcome back. We got more SLI games coming your way. More upper bracket. See who's going to stay up here and who's going to drop down. Infamous going up against DC.SA. I feel like the announcer lady's definitely wrong because... Okay, now she's right. But either way, it's going to be Infamous going up against DC.SA. I casted some of the worst Dota I've ever seen from DC.SA yesterday. It was terrible. They played really well for 20 minutes and then they got drunk or something. They were apparently like taking shots after every kill. So they got super wasted and then just ended up throwing a whole bunch of games. It was bad, man. So yeah, we'll see if DC.SA are going to kind of go back to neutral right now because their regular play is absolutely insane. Infamous, on the other hand, well, they're not too bad either. I saw a pretty disgusting display of Tinker from Leo Style the other day, which was, oh god, that was like the stuff of nightmares. Like if you're going up against that, good freaking luck. And there's a non-zero chance that we see something similar in this game as well. So we've been seeing some good stuff from the Infamous side as well. For sure, though, this is going to be one of the tighter matches. I think most people would say DC.SA pretty good as far as the South American scene is concerned. Infamous, though, are one of the teams I think that you would say would give them a run for their money, and we'll see it in this game. Hopefully, it's not going to be as disappointing as the games were yesterday. Again, I'm not mad about the games. I'm just disappointed. Yeah, I went there. DC.SA, though, going for, I'm pretty sure, an inconsistent lore opening with the Night Stalker and the Keeper of the Light. So if they get Ags, they'll have global, or not global vision, Hax vision the entire time, which is pretty freaking cool when you think about it. It's like, oh, well, we don't have our daylight vision, but it's nighttime, so now we have our nighttime vision. It's kind of cool for consistency's sake, but it's also kind of bad because if you do get an Ags on Keeper of the Light, that means when your friendly Night Stalker casts Darkness, then you lose the Ags effect. But you want to cast Darkness because it gets Night Stalker stronger. Like you would think it's good, but it's actually not. So yeah, I'm not really sure what this opening is for DC.SA. It's probably just like 1-2 supports. And that's fine. Like these two actually work pretty well together outside of that day-night whole spiel. But it is going to be a little bit awkward later on if the Coddle is in fact going to go for Ags and the Night Stalker goes for Ags as well. You'd rather be dominant in one part of the day rather than kind of half decent in both of them. But guys, we have on the other end Lycan as well as the Shadow Shaman. That's a pretty interesting way to go as well. Seems like it's just like a very heavy push opening that is going to run into a little bit of an issue since there is a Coddle on the other end. I mean, Shadow Shaman and Lycan just work naturally well together. We've seen a handful of heroes really stop these two. Venomancer is still in the pool. No, he's not. Never. He's banned. I was going to say Venomancer, I've seen like Dumpster, Lycan, Shadow Shaman very easily just because of how powerful he is in lane. Banned out by DC.SA. But yeah, it gives them a lot of options pushing-wise. They have the, obviously creeps to push with the Lycan. The Serpent Wards from the Shadow Shaman don't really amplify it that much. But it's a different form of pushing that is immune to the blast, which is quite nice. And that's an Underlord making a pretty sick entrance. Along with the Nyx Assassin pick, is going to push Shadow Shaman and Nyx Assassin, it looks like, towards the support roles. And then Underlord is going to take the offlane. Lycan should be going safe unless you have some weird mid situation, which is possible. But Underlord is a hero that I'm not really sure about. Like, I feel like I see this hero do very well in lane all the time, and then he just doesn't do anything. It definitely is the laning stage where Underlord is, like, situationally at least, going to just dumpster his opponents, but that kind of needs kind of weaker heroes. That Atrophy Aura is absolutely crippling, but only in certain situations. Up against other melee cores, that is probably the best situation to be in. And the jury's still out for that one. Expecting Legion Commander to go towards that top lane, can very easily deal with that Lycan, or not very easily, but can easily, to some extent, easily deal with that Lycan. Let's not be too insane with our adjectives here, especially if he gets any help from a Coddle. Coddle Legion is not really a combo, It's fine just because you can keep dropping those nukes on him. But it's definitely no IO Legion. Like, that's a combo. Let's see the pick for DC.SA. I expect to be going towards the mid lane for right now. Although it seems like Infamous have the read that Bloodseeker is going to go up against that Underlord. The Bloodseeker with his sustain should be fine to outlast the Underlord. Firestorm and how it works is just really, really easy to last hit if you're a Bloodseeker in order to get those heal procs, since it just does such slow damage versus your creep wave. And again, I'm talking about denying your own creeps. So that might just be what they're going to plan for as well. TA and Tinker.
10 seconds.
Definitely Leo Styles' comfort zone. There's proof yesterday.
5 seconds remaining.
But this is a problem for DC.SA. Either they commit to the Bloodseeker mid lane and then pick up a different safe lane hero, or pick up a mid lane hero that is just kind of generically strong. Puck is out already, banned first phase. TA, Tinker, Quap. So the pool is not super deep right now. You can go for Alina. She's pretty safe. OD is up against Nyx, so I don't really think you should be doing that. I think Bloodseeker might have to go towards the mid lane. I mean, he's decent enough, I suppose. Like, Infamous with the Nyx and Shadow Shaman will be looking to gank that mid lane. If you have Obs, you'll keep yourself mostly safe, but most of the time, any successful gank from those two is going to be off for the back of a smoke. And I'm not really sure if there are many heroes that can survive that. Maybe just get like a super tanky one. A Razor. Razor is only okay versus Lycan though. Like, if he's not shapeshifted, you can do a lot of damage, but yeah, when is that ever gonna happen? Ready? I'm feeling it right now, guys. I'm just gonna make a call, and it's gonna be correct. We got Arc Warden. That is not an Arc Warden. That's a Phantom Lancer for DC.SA. Infamous have an okay amount of AoE to deal with these Phantom Lancer illusions. But again, the Underlord's AoE is slow. Nyx Assassin has an AoE stun. It's not really a nuke, although it does do damage. Shadow Shaman is, as powerful as he is, his nuke is not really convincing enough to clear out Phantom Lancer illusions. DC.SA can get a lot done with this Phantom Lancer, but there are a couple of issues here. First of all is the fact that Infamous now know that they're going up against 3 melee cores, and they already have an Underlord. If their last pick has any sort of AoE, or has the ability to get any sort of AoE with Maelstrom or Battle Fury or anything like that, then that is just going to get a disgusting amount of value. And they know that their lanes, because they're all melee, are going to be slightly on the weaker side. I mean, you got 4 melee heroes on the DC.SA side, so if you just go in and just start brawling, then you're going to be really happy. And you know who's really good at brawling? A certain hero called Underlord, known to his friends as Pit Lord. Infamous see all these melee heroes and looking for mid laners to punish. The pool is certainly very deep as far as that's concerned. You could just go for an Invoker. That's probably one of the safer, kind of slower picks that you can make. OD, Death Prophet. I mean, honestly, the list goes on and on. Like, I would say like Viper is the only mid laner who doesn't punish a whole bunch of melee heroes, and even then, he's like not bad against them. He's just not as good as some others. All right, guys, I'm gonna make. I sense another hero coming. Ready? I'm sensing a Zeus. Not because it's particularly good, just because I kind of feel it. I'm feeling it. Damn, I saw the blue and I'm like, oh my god. Not quite. It's going to be a Storm Spirit. A little bit of initiation power here from Infamous. Together with the Nyx Assassin, that is a very, very deadly combo. Like, being able to scout out for the Storm Spirit is so powerful. And it is, you know, a really nice combo. But the problem with that is that you're going up against Vision. Vision heroes in the Coddle and the Night Stalker, so yeah, initiation might be a little bit difficult for Infamous despite now having the Storm Spirit. It's a pretty good hero to have versus all these melee heroes, though. I mean, DC.SA have some pretty good answers to the Storm Spirit, but only on a handful of heroes. Like, you got Crippling Fear. Rupture isn't good versus Storm Spirit because you're just lightning away, so you have to make sure you somehow chain that up with the Blood Right, which is, again, not easy. But there are going to be certain situations where they can take down the Storm Spirit. It will be more so on the difficult side of things. Alright guys, so this is, if you're DC.SA and you get a Night Stalker and a Coddle, do you get Ags on both? That's the big question here. Like, I feel like Ags on Coddle is better than Ags on Night Stalker, but you are going to be casting Darkness more, so it's going to be nighttime more. So you'd want Ags on Night Stalker more. I feel like you gotta cut your losses on one of those heroes and just say, okay, you're not getting Ags. Like Coddle, you just get Force Staff and Glimmer and all that other stuff. It's definitely very close there. I don't know. It wouldn't be a South American game if we didn't have a pause right from the get-go. Guys, infamous DC.SA in game 1. We got ourselves some crazy drafting here, especially from the DC part. I don't want to see Night Stalker Coddle all that often on the same team. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much farm these guys are able to get. I'm interested to see if this Nyx Assassin Shadow Shaman is really going to get off the ground. Because the combo is there. It's pretty easy to see. It's just you shackle him and you hex him and you spike him. Like, there's a lot of stun duration there. The problem with that is that it is a lot of stun duration, but it's not actually a lot of damage. The third hero needs to be able to do some damage there. And yeah, they can do damage, but you know, it's also very easy to combo break that. Just drop a Blood Right or something like that. Or even drop an Illuminate and force the enemies to back off. Like, it's very possible that combo just runs into one too many issues. DC on the other end, their fountain is a lot quieter for some reason. They have the vision heroes. They have heroes that are just going to run at you. The problem is that, again, that is their strat. I'm not really sure if it's a great one here. Running at a Lycan, really good for a Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker loves to do that, man. Rupturing a Lycan is like the best feeling in the world. But everyone else, like, trying to run into a Storm Spirit, that's tough, man. Even Underlord, like, he's got the portal out of there, the get out of jail free button. So it's up to really DC.SA to play the aggro right now. It's not going to happen until they get to level 6-ish, get those ultimates up. And even then, like, they won't really hit their stride until a little bit later in the game. But there's a chance that they'll just, you know, start fighting and then just never stop fighting. Can we ever start this game, guys? Because I kind of want to watch some of these heroes do things. I honestly don't think I've seen a draft quite like DC.SA's. It kind of feels like it's an aggressive draft. Like, it's a draft that wants to play aggressively, but doesn't have the right heroes to play aggressively. Like, the Coddle is kind of like the odd one out there. If they had, I'd say, like, another stun instead of that Coddle, like any one hero with a point-click disable, then they can get so much more done. I mean, all these melee heroes from DC are going to really feel it up against this Underlord in particular. Like, Underlord is the punishing hero versus melee. Like, all of his abilities are so difficult to manage when you're melee. Atrophy Aura is for the early game. When it comes to the kind of mid-late stages of the game, then Pit of Malice becomes a real concern. It doesn't go through spell immunity, and that's a good thing because it used to. But I mean, if you're playing, it really is just run in with a whole bunch of melee heroes. You gotta make sure you run around the pit, and that's gonna take you a little while longer. Sorry, solo to me, baby rage. Sorry, full. You know, this is good to see that memes and Twitch transcends language barriers. Just in case any of you guys had any reservations about that. Now, here's another thought. You're up against a lot of melee heroes, and you're up against kind of few answers. Again, the Night Stalker Crippling Fear is the biggest one. Aghanim Storm Spirit? Is there any chance for that? It does feel like that item on Storm is never going to be a part of your build from the get-go. Like, it's something that you kind of have to just end up with. It's like, oh, well, at this point in the game, we're struggling to do this, and I'm Storm Spirit, so I can get this, and it'll help out. And that item might sometimes be Ags. I feel like most of the time that item is not going to be Ags, but in this game, it has a higher chance of it being Ags than some other games. I wonder what this Lycan is going to do as well. We've seen Lycans go for builds that make themselves more powerful, but that's kind of fallen out of favor in order to get the Necrobook-based builds. I feel like between the Lycan and the Shadow Shaman, it's probably going to be a book build from the Lycan, but yeah, you definitely do have your options. Everyone's going to jump out, play some pretty deep vision. Got block and where's this observer ward? Is that blocking? Does that block? It doesn't look like it blocks. It looks like it's right on the edge. Now when you place wards, you can see the box, but you can see the box turn red and tell if it blocks. So it's like really hard to make a mistake like that if you mean to block it. But yeah, we'll see. It is a Legion Commander, Torment Shield, a lot of regen, going up against a Lycan. So you kind of just want to be, oh, I mean, they expect it to be Lycan, it's actually not. It's going to be an Underlord. Maybe they're going to wish they had that control. They're going to force a swap out very early on. Lycan going towards top, along with that Shadow Shaman, and the Underlord just looking for that versus Legion Commander matchup. Phantom Lancer obviously is going to be going towards mid.
The battle begins.
And Phantom Lancer versus Storm Spirit is not too bad for either side, honestly. You probably don't need this many salves, but for the Phantom Lancer, you pretty much just get bottle and then you start spamming lances. I'm not really sure if it's going to be possible. I mean, it is going to be possible to kill a Storm Spirit pre-6. It's just going to be a little bit difficult. You got to soften them up first of all with your lances, and then Night Stalker has to come in at the perfect time. We'll see who's gonna get the upper hand in this mid lane right now. There's a lot of regen here for both of them, and I don't really think they're gonna be able to do enough damage to really force a lot more regen to be delivered. A tune up towards top lane though. He is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Shackled, and just after he casted Blood Rage on himself, so that's gonna do even more damage. Not quite lethal damage, but still quite a darn bit. Over towards bottom lane, in the meantime, everyone and their mom is hiding in the trees. Pepita does have that aura going, which is only level 1 right now. Still is going to be fairly annoying moving forward. Supports are leaving them, and Nyx Assassin is in the fountain still. Yeah, I kind of dropped the ball on what Nyx Assassin was doing, but he didn't die at least. King RD gonna rotate back up towards top lane. Bloodseeker Coddle. I'll tell you one thing, in this lane, if you get caught, you don't want to move. Oh, he Blood Rages himself again! He doesn't get the CS, he's just dead here! That is such great timing from Excel. That is absolutely textbook. And in the meantime, they also kill off the Night Stalker, who I guess was trying to just pressure the Storm Spirit, but ended up overcommitting. My bad for missing that second one, guys. But yeah, this Shadow Shaman play so far, so perfect. Like, Bloodseeker casts Blood Rage on himself, you immediately jump in. Perfect timing. And Night Stalker, you would think, like, you know, doing pretty standard Night Stalker stuff, in at least versus that mid lane. Just try to run at the Storm Spirit. Punch him a couple times, void him a couple times. Didn't quite expect that. I mean, I didn't see it coming. I sure as hell don't think he saw it coming either. Man, I mean, I said how powerful Atrophy Aura was versus melee heroes. I didn't realize it would be this amazing versus Legion. She tried to use overwhelming odds to CS and she failed. This guy's got plus 30 damage 2 minutes in with the Quelling Blade. Like, you're not gonna outlast hit this Underlord ever. I don't think that's actually possible. And if he decides to go for you, you will not be able to trade hits with him, because you're losing your damage as well. Like, that damage swing is really where it hurts. Stinger's gonna find Matthew here. And we do have a lot of emphasis on this top lane for right now. You can see Excel trying to punish that Blood Rage cast as much as possible, but here comes the Night Stalker. Much easier to deal with the Shadow Shaman than a Storm Spirit, that's for sure, giving a nice kill to Attune. Shadow Shaman, dropping the ball a little bit there, perhaps. But he already gave the heroes that he needs to give advantage to so much. I mean, look at mid lane. Leo Style is absolutely going off versus this PL. Not crushing the lane completely. I mean, they did get a kill for him, and that's quite nice as far as accelerating the Storm Spirit. But this bottom lane is just a disaster area for DC. I mean, it is, I guess, at the end of the day, like a safe lane hero that's getting more CS than the offlaner, but the Bloodseeker on top lane is also having about just as much trouble, so lots of CS problems on both sides, lots of kill problems on both sides. Matthew is one more shot, got him. Take the kill. Toon is with a lot of movement speed here, but still, it can't really afford to stay and fight, especially since he blood rages himself again. And Infamous are just going full steam ahead. Jack of Bounty Rune. Coddle is awkwardly forced to stand by and really not able to do that much to help his Bloodseeker out. Even without the Shadow Shaman here, Stinger is just pushing back Toon all by himself. Yeah, the Illuminates will fly, but I feel like the Illuminates are messing with the creep wave a lot more so than it's helping. Oh geez, Tekka. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is King Tekka. I've not had that confirmed to me, but I've also not had it denied to me, so I'm pretty sure it's King Tekka on DC.SA under a different moniker. He's not having a good time in that lane. Tower's even being pushed now. Across the board, seems we got pretty solid wins for Infamous. And, well, it is first nighttime. Maybe they can make something happen, but it's only a level 2 Night Stalker. And if he goes towards this bottom lane, he can void Pepita, but then that won't do anything. And Pepita, with the 2 rings that he's got, is actually regenerating quite quickly. Nyx Assassin, eat your heart out. So I'm not really sure if killing Underlord is ever really going to happen. But damn if they're not going to try. He's just going to teleport out. They do like no damage to him. Oh, that was kind of depressing actually. Look at this. We got a little bit of a shuffle here. Nyx Assassin going to take the reins over in mid as Leo Style is going to take a dip in the jungle. Quite a sizable stack. I assume this was also stacked up and he just got done finishing that. Stalker returning to action right now. He's going to go towards top. Excel going the wrong way, bro. Forced to obviously go this way because of the blood right, but I don't think there's any way he gets out of here. I don't like your odds, man. Excel goes down. And DC get, you know, maybe not a kill on a hero that really matters, but still, you desperately need these kills. Accelerate the Bloodseeker as much as you can. Try to get him to that Rupture mark. Once you do get Rupture, you have some options. Until then, it's really, really hard. Well, they're going to set up another Blood Right on this Lycan. Illuminate as well. Big nukes coming through. Not dead just yet. Here comes the Nyx Assassin. Night Stalker in flight is really hard to with the Impale, and with another Illuminate, they'll just straight get the kill. And actually, Stinger doesn't have any mana, so maybe they can beat this guy down too. It's a Nyx Assassin, but he does not have any damage block, no shields. And I think that circle should just kill him. Never mind, he'll just get right-click down. Now they have another target. This is the famed run-at-you strat, right? Storm Spirit, though, going to arrive. Zap down the Night Stalker and a Toon. He's pretty fast right now. Is he fast enough to get away? It's going to be close. Leo Style just has enough mana to get the kill. If that was a miss uphill, I think that was a chance of him escaping, but it wasn't. Leo Style shows up in a big way. But at the same time, that was DC being fairly aggressive. King RD, oh my god, that hit did a lot of damage. Forced to immediately TP out from that Lycan. While all this is happening, the Phantom Lancer kind of just chilling on the mid lane by himself. Again, the Nyx Assassin took the reins in the mid lane just to get experience, though. There's no way he can really challenge the Phantom Lancer. Leo Style getting that double, I mean, great for him obviously, but doesn't really stop HFN. But HFN gets burned out of mana. Is going to dodge the Impale though. Gets a little bit of extra chakra, one more bottle charge, and with Matthew coming in, they'll just blow up Stinger as the Illuminate is perfectly set up. That was some clutch sticking right there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Matthew just looking to increase this aggressive power. Leo Style at half HP, using a lot of mana to farm. Is not going to expect a Night Stalker, but Night Stalker doesn't have that much offensive power. He's going to jack the Bounty Rune. Leo Style. 1, 2. A couple more. 3. No more mana. And now Matthew's got to back off. Unfortunate. That would have been a huge kill for the Night Stalker. Killing off a level 8 hero by himself. Oh, so much experience. Not to mention the cash. Not to mention the fact that Storm Spirit also will not be doing anything anywhere else. Just falling short, though. Another quick look at what's going on in this bottom lane. Legion Commander has gotten some CS. And together with the Phantom Lancer, are going to try to go for Pizza. But these illusions do about no damage. And Storm Spirit is here. HFN does have a double damage room, but he can't turn and fight. He already used Doppelgang, and he'll just drop. I mean, you do get points in Doppelgang. Just, it's like, you want to reduce that cooldown. But level 2 only right now. And Lycan up towards top lane. In a little bit of trouble. He's going to just turn and fight because he's a man. As a Lycan, you never give up. You never surrender. You fight to the bitter end. And man, is he doing a lot of damage. Why isn't he getting any help? If any one hero was here, any one hero, Shadow Shaman, a Shock and a Shackle, easy double. That Lycan went down swinging, man. I mean, he maxed out Feral Impulse, so he's pretty much all in on the passives on himself. So though he may be silenced, he doesn't really need anything to cast. What? Is that Storm Spirit that's glitched out right now? Oh, God, this is going to be so annoying. Apparently Storm Spirit glitched out and now he's just constantly making crackling noises. We're going to try to not watch him if we can. Underlord has picked up Arcane Boots now. I thought he was maybe going to go for Soul Ring with one of these rings. Underlord's walking around with some serious bling right now, and it looks like they want to start pushing in towards those towers. Creep waves don't stand a chance versus this Underlord. But I am concerned that, though they have taken down HFN once now, HFN is still farming pretty much as freely as you could possibly want. Towards the top, Attune is going to consider going for some CS. You can't because it's Underlord. There's still no Pit of Malice here. Excel is going to jump with Shock. Firestorm as well. Super long range Shackle will get the kill. And unfortunately for the Bloodseeker, he was still in range of the Firestorm, despite that pushback from the Coddle. Tekka has arrived, but with Duel, he can kill off a Shadow Shaman. Perhaps. They're so close to one another. They're going to drag in Matthew. Vision. Illuminate is going to be there, and Underlord is going to be brought down. Slowly but surely. Eventually, they'll get the kill, right? Oh, another pit goes up. Beat's not dead just yet. He will turn around for a pit and a Firestorm, which will separate the fight. Another Shackle at long range will end up killing off the Night Stalker, but here comes the Bloodseeker, the real threat. He'll get stunned up by his own Blood Right just for a short second, though. It's only level 1 spell. And up towards the top end, Excel needs 10 mana to get out of here. I'm not really sure if it's in the cards right now. He's going to try to juke for all he's worth. It was a good try, man. It was a good try. Unfortunately, wasn't going to happen. Oh, what? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Final lane in the meantime, Lycan. Just going to town on that tower. Doing quite a bit of damage. Leo Style seems like he was mostly jungling the entire time, actually. Mid lane is still just constantly being shoved in. Net worth-wise, Leo Style is doing great for himself. I mean, 4-0-0. Can't complain about that. CS, though, is awfully inflated by neutrals. Nyx Assassin, though, damn. Picked up level 7 in the midst of things. I'm not really sure where his 7th point is, but he's definitely level 7, guys. Let's see what he can find. Opportunity in the mid lane. Kind of cut by the Sentry Ward. And they're just going to let HFN have this tower. They've been doing a really poor job at defending their mid lane, but if you get a kill on someone like a Bloodseeker, that's fine as well. He's dead to the fire, falling from the skies. Probably worth it, unless they lose this Storm Spirit. That would be really bad. Duel comes in, so it's a loss of the Storm plus damage for the Legion. As a Storm Spirit, you don't expect that many heroes to come in at that time. They're just going to keep on pushing forward. Lycan, he's just jungling. Top lane, this push is going to be Serpent Warded, but I don't think they're going to push faster than over in mid unless they get some heroes to defend. Well, Underlord, he will scare everyone off. I mean, you know, 135 damage is pretty strong. Serpent Ward still going to town. We'll put the tower in deny range. Can HFN do it? Yes, he can. Well played so far by DC. Got a couple of big kills and a couple of big objectives. I guess deny one of the enemies too. Lycan does have level 1 book coming out to him, it seems. Yeah, got 1 chapter of that book. So of course the 3rd chapter is the best.
Dire are scanning.
Nice scan from the Dire. They don't know exactly who it is, but judging by the observers in the area, they can probably figure it out. An assassin on the hunt. Did kill off a Toon before. Will once again find that Bloodseeker, but he needs a little bit of help. It's coming in the form of a Lycan. They need to land this Impale. If they miss this Impale, there's no kill. Yeah, they landed. And I'm pretty sure they got him. Big ball lightning as well as the pit. Yeah, they got him. They're even going to kill his creeps as well. Seems like they definitely misjudged that scan. I thought they had to read that it was probably the Nyx Assassin, but I guess not. Howl and then tower. Meantime, the rest of the DC side kind of shoving in the mid lane, but not really to much end. And this Phantom Lancer has gotten a lot of time, but he has not yet translated into any items unless... Okay, now he has. Yeah, Blade of Alacrity is not that good. Diffusal Blade, though, now that's a real item. Vita is going to find a whole bunch of heroes. Firestorm does quite a bit of damage, and Matthew takes a huge chunk of damage, but he's not dead just yet. They do stun up a Toon, and with the ball incoming, they'll finish off the Bloodseeker. Matthew's also stuck in a corner, literally cannot move, and he will be just shackled to death. Although the duel does go off under the Storm Spirit, he will be bowled down by the horses as they come in. Do some pretty big damage, and I think they found the real Phantom Lancer. Long range stun from Stinger. But he's kind of in a corner right now, so he's very defensively positioned. Another Illuminate will fly out. Pepita completely out of mana thanks to that Phantom Lancer. Jump forward from the Legion Commander. He's going to buffer attack speed, just chase after the Shadow Shaman. Pepita really tanky, but no one's really helping him, so eventually he will go down. The Shadow Shaman somehow slipped out of there. And Infamous perhaps taking that fight for too long. End up falling short. That is the perfect time to have a Diffusal Blade, let me tell you. Underlord is already a hero that typically struggles with his mana pool. Getting Diffusal Blade in a messed up swamp scenario like that, the fact that no relevant amounts of AoE went towards that Phantom Lancer, exactly what I mentioned before. He is, in certain situations, a very difficult hero to deal with these heroes. You need to be able to initiate on him, and oh, this is not good. Speaking of initiation, Illuminate once again perfectly set up. They do land a really nice Firestorm pit on a couple, but there's no real relevant heroes coming in. Never mind, that's Leo style. I thought that was Shadow Shaman for some reason. He's going to jump in towards the Legion Commander and make a quick kill of that. Bounce out to the side. There's a Night Stalker down here. Don't move, Night Stalker. Do they see him? There's pings. Someone sees him. Gonna put him into darkness. Pepita has no pit though. Looks like they're not even gonna bother. The Legion Commander does overcommit a little bit. How much damage is she working with? Plus 20? Not bad at all. But HFN though is the real threat. Now this could be pretty much completely eliminated, this threat, if Storm Spirit is gonna get the jump on him. Just make sure that the first thing that Phantom Lancer has to do in the fight is leave. Like, if he just uses the first Doppelgang to get out of there, then the fight gets so much easier. Pepita, he's really tanky right now, but he needs some help to survive this. He's losing mana. Got a mech, got a stick, or just don't bother, man. He's surrounded with illusions. Look at that, there's so many of them. It took them so long to kill off that guy, but he didn't have any help, so DC.SA. Take down the tower, take down the Underlord. And at, so far, minimal cost, Legion does have another duel here. Phantom Lancer is going to arrive first. Maybe just trying to burn a little bit of mana before things really get going. Or at least pull off aggro. Make a little bit of an illusion army. Army in a can. Man, those got some really lucky procs. Jump in duel onto the Nyx Assassin. And with creeps attacking her, she might just get this kill by herself. Lance comes in. Not quite enough, but still will get the kill. That's an easy kill for DC. Did end up losing the tower. Oh, but that's either a bug or Phantom Lancer got the deny. Another tier 1 tower denied. As Shadow Shaman, that hurts so much. Like, Shadow Shaman is a hero that gets really powerful when you get just a handful of items. But the only way you actually get items and get gold is by killing off towers. Other than that, you're not really expected to survive team fights. It just doesn't happen. So, not getting that tower gold, ooh, that's really rough for him. How's the poor life, Shadow Shaman? Get used to it. Now Storm Spirit living a little bit more of a wealthy life. Second place in net worth. Did he not get down to low ground? No, he didn't. Wants that rune. Bloodstone should be coming. It is. What level book do we have? We got the Big Daddy book. Gonna read all the pages in that book. And if they find someone, initiate on him, you know, like HFN, like I was talking about earlier, that'll be a huge opening. But they have to walk through a lot of enemy heroes to get to him. They're going to bypass everyone, jump in for the Phantom Lancer. Can they burst him down before he can doppelgang out? No, he does doppelgang off a little bit, but still is caught in the pit and will be brought down. Silence lands onto pretty much everyone, as does the Blinding Light. Off to the side, though, Night Stalker trying to deal with Excel is going to be very quickly outmatched. Maybe gets an Ancient Deny, maybe flies away. No way. Storm Spirit doesn't have enough mana to give chase, and Night Stalker survives at 50 HP now. That was clutch as hell. But they do go in really deep, expend very little, and end up walking away with the Phantom Lancer kill. No matter how you slice it, that's still a win for Infamous. Kill is worth a lot.
This will do nicely.
Ooh, hello. Guardian Greaves, first item on the Underlord. I mean, he did have the mech earlier. It is a logical progression, and okay. I think Nick Sasson may have found a couple of baddies. He's gonna just stun up one. No Vendetta hit there. And now is going to run away. I think if he just waited for a couple seconds, they could have set things up, because Storm Spirit had a lot of mana. Either way, Storm Spirit still feeling real good about his game, and the Underlord with the Guardian Greaves now has a pretty good way of answering the Night Stalker. I believe you could also purge off, what it was called, mend off the, what's it called, Mana Leak from the Keeper of the Light. So, got a lot of pretty solid benefits here for the Underlord. That ability to self-purge is quite nice this game. Not to mention the fact that it's, you know, a massive heal with mana, so it's not bad. Pretty good item, pretty good. 14-14, and this game is about as even as it can get. Perhaps it is a little bit concerning for DC that they are not really able to make rotations off of Attune. This Bloodseeker has had a lot of trouble in this game. What's the Legion Commander at? Still 20, though she does have a Blade Mail. Yeah, DC still have a lot of assets, but it's assets that they're kind of failing to use properly. Whereas you look at Infamous, and they've been pretty much using everything they have in their toolbox, like Storm Spirit, Long Jump. Pipita only hasn't used the Dark Rift, but that's situational to begin with. Like, they've been killing off heroes with the Lycan and scouting with an Assassin. It's all like what these heroes are supposed to do, and DC are just having HFN do the majority of the action. Not necessarily a bad thing, as long as they can get back on that horse and start actually using the Bloodseeker for what he's meant to do, which is, you know, get these single targets isolated and killed off. But if you are slow out the gate, it is much more difficult to start doing it. Where are they going? Where are we going, Dad? We're going all the way into... Oh, who is that? That is a dead Bloodseeker. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Wolves. Now, I didn't mean to kill off Attune when I was saying they were failing to use him. I'm not saying he's, like, playing poorly or anything. I'm just saying, like, he doesn't have any way to play well. Or, you know, well enough to really leverage his full power. Ooh, Spike Caver's a little bit late there. Doesn't matter, though. They have a massive zoo. They have Guardian Greaves on the front, and they're going to jump in, grab the Storm Spirit in the duel. Pit is going to slow him down a lot, but Illuminate does fly through. Storm Spirit will survive for a little while longer, and also Stinger with that Guardian Greaves is going to be able to keep fighting. That's Legion Commander down, and they also grab the big defender in the Coddle. He will fall as well. Ultimately, 3 kills now for Infamous. They will back off perfectly fine. Guardian Greaves heal plus stick, doing wonders for the Nyx Assassin. Matthew looking for a cheesy pickoff here, but there is a lot of heroes here, and he's going to get caught with a nice stun by Stinger. Applause indeed. Stinger deserves that. And it's going to be another kill for Infamous. Add another one to the pile. This game might start snowballing in favor of Infamous very quickly. You see Phantom Lancer did absolutely nothing in that fight. Was he even in that fight? He was like in the back. And that form of initiation, pretty solid from DC. Like the Blink duel, it's not ideal obviously, but if you can land it on a hero as important as Storm Spirit, that's your best bet. Oh no. Oh no, not like this. Now who's being dueled? Well, she's going to throw out a duel anyway. I don't think anyone's going to die to this. No, she will still go down. Rupture onto Leo style and almost got bumped away. He's going to try to TP out. Cancels TP. A little bit more. A little bit more. And now here comes the illusions. Leo style has a little more mana to get down to the low ground. Still is bleeding. He still just has to fight these illusions off, but they're constantly multiplying. He'll finally go down. HFN barely scrapes together a kill here. There is no ultimate here on the Lycan. I don't think they can actually fight this, especially when they miss the Impale. And now everyone on Infamous, they're on the run. Spike Carapace is going to slow him down, turning around with the Necro units, but there's, again, no stun just yet for another 5. Storm Spirit does 11 Bloodstone charges. He's going to jump right back in towards Matthew. Pull him back in with the Vortex. Get the kill. Pepita has also arrived. There's no one to pit. It looks like that should just about be the end of it. That was almost a clutch escape from Leo style. You saw his... I mean, he got bumped back, first of all, but since that doesn't disable anymore, he was able to ball lightning and dodge most of that damage. Ended up bumping into the Phantom Lancer, canceling his TP because he knew that there was no way he would be able to do that. It was close, man. It was really close. But he's back. I mean, he's 13 Bloodstone charges. King or D, he's going to constantly send in those horses. Serpent Wards do get deployed. Blinding Light, certainly a bane for Infamous, especially when the Shadow Shaman gets pushed up to the high ground. He's not going to be able to help out this Lycan. He's going to get dueled and instantly brought down. How do you deal with this swarm of illusions? As Nyx, you really don't. You just die. And now Phantom Lancer's going to bring the party up to the high ground. Everyone's on the high ground. HFN is making quick work of Excel. And now he's going to try to fight up against Storm Spirit, who's just going to commit suicide. That was Stinger, my bad. And now they're going to jump in for a little bit more. No, wait, that was Excel. Stinger's still alive, although not for long. Pepita, he's the last one remaining. Leo Style's gonna buy back, try to get some kills here, but doesn't have True Sight for the Legion Commander. Gets bumped back. I think he's mana leaked. Yes, he is. He actually has nothing at all. He's just dead. It's a full wipe. It's not even a full wipe. It's a 6 kill for DC. What the hell? Yeah, and they get Roche. So, Lycan, he really wants Roche, and he ends up getting separated from the rest of his team. The Shadow Shaman gets clipped, so Excel can't do anything there. And also the Storm Spirit goes up there to try to fight the Phantom Lancer, but he just doesn't have enough damage with just this Bloodstone. And the fact that he's burning mana the entire time, this Phantom Lancer is just taking his team on his back. It doesn't say Phantom Lancer strength hero, but dude's really strong, man. He's carrying his entire team right now. That's not to say that the rest of his allies were, you know, doing nothing the entire time. Like, they were doing exactly what they should do. Got the duel to cancel the TP on the Night Stalker. Bloodseeker survived. Got Coddle firing off those blasts 24/7. Again, this is all like what you have to be doing as these heroes in DC, but the fact that Phantom Lancer was able to burn that much mana, absolutely disgusting. Now it's DC with the 6k lead. Oh, here we go. We got a couple of heroes. Surprise, motherfucker! Oh, Matthew's super dead. What can you do about that? What can you possibly do about that? You're just sitting there minding your own business, and then suddenly 4 heroes come out of nowhere. Literally out of nowhere. And you're a Night Stalker. Now maybe a Puck can get out of that. Maybe. But, yeah, I mean, that's just... I mean, it does take everyone away from this bottom lane, I suppose, so HFN's going to be pretty happy about this. He actually can deal with Leo style as well. Gets pulled back, but there's very little damage being done here. Illusion. It doesn't really do a lot, but there is a duel right around the corner. Can't quite land it on the Storm. Decides against throwing it onto the Underlord. And they will back off. Silent Circle going down. Will return a little bit of damage towards the Bloodseeker. HFN is an absolute monster. 14k net worth. Seems like the Lycan's net worth, you know, is kind of comparable. Not too far behind, but is just nowhere near the impact of this Lancer. Well, I don't think they're done yet. They're looking for more. They're smoked up super aggressively. And the target is top lane. He's just a dog who wants some gold. And I think he's going to get a little bit more than he bargained for. Now, this is a little bit of karmic revenge, I think, for that wolf setup. You're just minding your own business. Suddenly, a million heroes. Not necessarily out of nowhere, but still, there's not much you can do about this. Duel victory for Tekka. That's only 52 damage. Not the most, but still, it's good enough. Nyx Assassin pushing forward. Is there any gem here yet? Night Stalker would be the one to have it. Never mind, there's actually just no detection at all, so they should probably consider buying some True Sight if they want to deal with the Nyx Assassin. Tower will be aggressively beaten down. You can see Leo Style doing what he can, cutting the creep wave. Stinger looking to give him a little bit of protection just with vision. But DC are starting to claim these objectives. They still have the Aegis. And they actually have a Mantis Style completed on Phantom Lancer? Yeah, that's a Mantis Style. Soon.
Stupendous.
So, yeah, now he's going to have even more illusions, which is fun. He's already been, like, more or less immortal in this game. I mean, you know, 2 deaths, whatever, man. You take that. It's fine. So he's got Mantis Style and BKB and a duel onto a Lycan. Blade Mail is going to do a lot of damage. Although, well, duel not quite there. They still get the kill. Lycan's attack speed like went to 0 there. I'm not really sure what happened, but he just like stopped attacking. Tekka now, along with the Tomb, going to start pushing in towards mid. You know that question I asked earlier about who's going to get Ags? Turns out no one is going to get Ags. I thought at least one of them would. Whoa! Okay, Storm is just resorting to that. I mean, he kills the creep wave. That was all chat, right? Yeah, that's all chat. Yeah, just, you gotta send a warning shot to the enemy. He does stop the push, I guess, so whatever works. Usually that's seen as a very desperate move, however. You get nothing, Keeper. PL gets all the gold. He's earned it. Oh, Nyx Assassin. Is there still no True Sight here? Oh no, there is! There is exactly some True Sight here. Just one Sentry Ward that he stumbled into. Feels bad, man. Okay, now there's no True Sight. Yo, DC are just disrespecting this Nyx Assassin. I don't know if there's any other way to put it. Oh, Vita. How much mana is he going to lose here? He's pretty slow. He's going to be silenced. He's now out of mana. He already used Guardian Greaves. Crimson is holding pretty well as Leo Style jumps in, kills a lot of the illusions. Pepita's still alive, but there's no response here at all. In fact, the Lycan ruptures and then runs away. Not a good plan. TP going to be, successful actually. Duel. Cast time a little bit too high there. And the Lycan ends up living. They are going to try to hide Attune in the corner and heal him up. But, I mean, they will take the tower regardless. DC striking back in a really big way now. Stinger? Hey, there's no True Sight here, remember? He's going to look for this Bloodseeker. Big jump in from Leo Style. Will seal the deal onto Attune. Got Tekka looking for a duel, and it looks like he may just win it by himself, is though caught in the Serpent Wards. Matthew's going to try to dig him out, and it looks like he will get out just fine. Ultimately, I'm not really sure if we can call that worth it. You gotta take what you can get. You gotta try to get this Storm Spirit a little bit more momentum. Because the Lycan has fallen very, very far from the top #1 net worth spot. And Storm Spirit, honestly, isn't really that close either, but someone needs to be able to get that farm. Someone needs to be that threat. DC right now, probably just going to hit the brakes, wait for another Roche to come up. Now, it's not super easy for them to take down Roshan. And they do have a lot of right-click damage, but PL is kind of weak versus Roche. You're up against Storm Spirit. And, uh-oh, we got another Dog Portal. This time, it's not going to be quite as surprising, but still should get the kill. Legion Commander can just pop Blade Mail and then hope that she returns some damage. It's a 4-kill being ended by Leo Style. Those are the type of pickoffs they need. Try to keep DC off balance. But again, they brought everyone now up to that top lane. which means HFN immediately going to jump into action, pushing this mid lane. King RD pushing bottom lane as well. They're actually not stopping. Serpent wards are not up for another 25. Coddle's gonna go into his spirit form, start yanking people in, including HFN. Lance goes out, and the Lycan, he is gonna get to shapeshift, but with the mana leak, can't go anywhere. He's stunned up constantly, can't even move! Mana leak, man. I'm pretty sure he used chakra magic on the first mana leak. Whoa, Storm. Okay, calm down there. Yeah, so that was like 2 mana leaks, and then just Vandal Lancer constantly beating down, so he's every single time he's getting any sort of mana, he's just getting stunned afterwards with the mana leak after it was reapplied. Now, unfortunately for DC, that pickoff is not perfectly timed necessarily. Still gotta wait a little bit longer for that Roche. But in the meantime, HFN is getting swole, man. It's 34 hundo. I have Scotty, just tank up.
Stupendous.
I mean, he already has the Blink Dagger, so as far as initiation is concerned, doesn't really get much better for PL. Now, obviously, he wants to hold that slot for an Aegis or Cheese. Man, are really neither of them going to get Ags? I mean, Pipe is pretty darn good up against Storm and Underlords. Oh, jump in. Lincoln's gonna block the duel though. And Lincoln's will not help Stinger. He's gonna land in a silent circle of unhappiness, and the duel will get the kill. 88. Not even a contest, Legion. Yeah, HFN just gonna throw in a couple of illusions, see what he can get done. Not really all that much, but still just pushing the enemies back, waiting for Roche. Trying to dominate this area of the map. You can see they're doing their best, man. They want to make sure they know if they're Radiant are getting anywhere near this Roche pit. There is a gem on the Night Stalker at this stage, so Nyx Assassin scouting, Wolf portaling, maybe a little bit less effective. I expect he goes Pipe Ags after. Like, if you're not going to get Ags on the Keeper, you might as well get on the Night Stalker. Legion will try to heal herself and run. She has some backup coming in, but it's definitely not enough. Although HFN is going to arrive and gets right on top of Excel. He's going to not have True Sight, though. I think Excel is glimmered. Well, he's still taking quite a bit of damage with the guard from Pepita. It's taking him a very long time, but it doesn't matter. He still gets the kill. Now overshooting Pepita. Off in the south end of things, Bloodseeker with the BKB pop is going to get right on top of Stinger. Pepita as well, not looking too hot. He's completely surrounded by enemies, hit with the big blood right, and Stinger will be taken down by the Coddle. It's a small price to pay for a Legion commander. And that is going to be a 3-0. 3-1, rather. That is definitely not a 3-0. Storm Spirit going to try to, again, cut some creeps. Be annoying. But there is enough of a creep wave here for the infamous side to push off of. Roshan is also up. They can go for that if they want to.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And this tower, man, this tower is dying quick. That is not a heart. That is an Eagle Song. Illusions do get extra damage from agility bonuses on the PL. And he's Blood Raged. That's going to be a lot of damage from the Storm Spirit jumping in. But I don't think it's really going to be enough to hold here. You'll have another one of those cannons soon, but not soon enough. Rax should be cleanly taken here, or not. Just one is fine. And now they're going to back off, most likely setting up for a Roche play. King RD is pretty darn stacked right now, despite not having an Ags. Blinding Light is proving to be Infamous's bane, especially this Lycan. He's actually going to go for a Maelstrom. And that's kind of a sign of resignation that he's going to accept the fact that, yeah, we're going to lose at least a couple sets of racks. Because he kind of needs some anti-blinding light tech. And the Legion Commander also has a source of evasion. So, like, you kind of need a BKB or something. BKB isn't even that good for Lycan. I mean, yeah, he's going up against PL, so having that AoE is kind of nice, I suppose, but is there any situation where he's going to be able to turn around and actually fight HFN? Or even convincingly kill off his illusions? I'm not convinced that there will be a spot in that game. And even if he is going to fight PL, like, you got to get the lightning procs through the blinding light. Whoa, that Storm Spirit once again doing his thing. They do walk right in, take the Aegis. Who's got the cheese? Bloodseeker. We're just going to take a tour of the rest of the shrines. Easy objectives, easy life. And if anyone decides to show their face, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Dire. Start locking down the vision of the Radiant to only a handful of obs up on top lane. This one does absolutely nothing. Now, pushing in these objectives with a whole bunch of melee heroes, not exactly the easiest thing to do without getting a pick off beforehand. Especially when Storm Spirit's doing this. Coddle, though, goes Ghost form. She's going to start spamming out to hit Pepita in the face a little bit. That'll show him. Not really sure what that blood right was about. Didn't really do that much, but still, they're going to commit to the tower. Big damage as the Storm Spirit does jump in. No heals still. Keep in mind there's no Keeper Ags. But HFN doesn't really care about that. He's going to isolate the Shadow Shaman and just tear him to bits. And now send the rest of his army towards the Nyx, towards the Underlord. Just take out their mana pool. Here comes the Lycan from the back, but everyone's so tightly grouped up, there's no way that Lycan can actually make an impact in this game. HFN gunning for the racks, is going to decide to fall back so the duel goes off onto the Lycan into the side. And it looks like, even with Alpha Leo style, Lycan will fall and actually give duel damage over to Legion, who has the Aegis anyway. HFN, he's going to go right back in towards Pepita. He's going to try to teleport out, but Matthew's there with the Void. And the Mana Leak to further chain stun. You're not going anywhere anytime soon. He's not even moving. Swarmed with Phantom Lancers. And, well, maybe they kill off this Keeper of the Light. No, it's not even going to be close, man. HFN is still at near full HP. They do use the Aegis. They do use the cheese, but they end up winning the game versus Infamous in a very back-and-forth game. To some extent. And then, once again, DC got all their crap together. Yeah, we saw a couple of great plays there from Infamous. They had their lanes going very well for them. Their Storm Spirit was pretty nuts, but at the end of the day, there was nothing that they could do to deal with this Phantom Lancer. AoE is certainly lacking in that regard. The Lycan, it seemed like he was farming a lot and then ended up with no farm. Like, I mean, it's not like the worst net worth in the world, but definitely didn't feel like he was having any sort of significant impact in that game. So, Infamous, once again, showing off that Underlord. Absolutely great in the lanes, and then afterwards, and it's not like the Underlord's fault. It was the fault of the entire team for sure. They all had their shortcomings, but DC get their act together without throwing the game. It's an important note when you're talking about DC.SA, or at least when I'm talking about DC.SA. I've seen some shit, guys. This is only game one, though. DC.SA have got to win another one to stay in these upper bracket. We'll see if Infamous can strike back, and judging off of this game, I say there's a pretty decent chance. I'm Mike Loris, and I'll be right back, guys.